Greyland. It's this realm just full of magic.
Yeah. Queen Inanna, unicorns, mermaids.
Flower fairies, snow angels, the whole lot. And what's interesting, I think, is how they connect to our world.
Through those spheres of light.
Yeah, and the light workers. It hints at something bigger, beyond just Greyland, like a bridge.
Absolutely. So our mission today, a quick overview of books 1, 2, and 3. We'll highlight some good things about them, the stuff that really stands out.
And maybe a little tease about what's coming next in the series.
Definitely. Okay, let's start at the beginning. Book 1, The Rescue of Andromeda.
Okay, so the first book kicks off with a really strong central problem. Andromeda the unicorn.
Queen Inanna's childhood friend, right?
Exactly, lost in a battle with gargoyles. But then there's this hope. Mistral, another unicorn, hears her call.
In his dreams. Wow.
Yeah, suggesting she's alive. Somewhere in the dark realms, though.
And that bond, Queen Inanna and Andromeda, that's powerful. It sets everything in motion.
It really does. And Anna's absolutely determined. But getting into the dead land of the gargoyles...
Not easy.
No, it's protected. Magically. Very difficult.
So how does she tackle that initial obstacle?
Well, it shows Greyland has limits, right? Even with magic. So the queen seeks help from a wise water dweller.
The one who can see all time.
That's the one. Shows the need for different kinds of wisdom, I think.
And the advice is, well, it's quite mystical, isn't it? Prepare the castle, learn to dance.
Drink a potion.
Yeah.
Very fairy tale. But each step seems, purposeful.
Like a ritual unlocking something.
Sort of. It suggests magic there isn't just raw power, it's tradition. Preparation. Yep.
Then the potion works.
It does. The queen gets a vision. She sees Andromeda.
Right.
Tied to a burned-out tree in the gargoyles' land. Awful, but confirms she's alive. And gives them a location.
Okay, so they know where she is, but still can't get in easily. Merlin steps in.
Right. And Merlin, you mentioned it might be a title, advises they need help from outside Greyland.
From the part magic realms. What exactly are those, do we think?
Probably realms where magic isn't quite as concentrated. Maybe beings bridging magical and mortal.
So they need someone who can cross that barrier.
Precisely. It shows that, different skills are needed, collaboration.
And they send an eagle, Enroll, to guide whoever answers the call.
Yes, adds that touch of enchantment to the practical side of finding knights.
Then the queen keeps having visions, this lone knight. Silver armor, oaken crest.
Yeah, you see him progressing through her eyes, builds the tension nicely.
He's the classic hero figure, isn't he? Gabriel.
He is. And he succeeds, rescues Andromeda with his horse Axa and Enroll helping out.
And they return to Greyland. Big celebration.
The really satisfying end to the quest. And then there's the reveal about Gabriel.
Ah, that he's a creature of light. Adds another layer.
Definitely. Symbolism there.
So, looking back at book 1, what are the really good points, the takeaways?
Well, loyalty's huge, Inanna and Andromeda, obviously. But also Mistral, hearing the call.
True.
And courage, Gabriel's courage, going into the unknown like that. Selfless.
And it's just a good quest story. It introduces the world well.
Absolutely. Light versus dark sets a strong foundation.
Okay, great start. Now let's shift gears to book 2, Chima's Spirit. This one feels a bit different.
It does. The focus shifts. We get a mortal dog, Chima, finding her place in Greyland.
How does she get there?
Through Uriel. He's a healer from Greyland, but he spent so long healing in the mortal world he actually aged.
Wow. And he brings his dog back with him.
His loyal companion, Chima.
Yeah.
Yes. And you can imagine a normal dog showing up. It causes a stir.
I bet. Amongst unicorns and fairies. But she's welcomed.
She is. Not for magic, because she hasn't got any, but for her, good spirit. Her bond with Uriel.
That says something nice about Greyland, doesn't it? Valuing inner goodness.
I think so. And she immediately wants to help, even without magic.
And her chance comes, unfortunately, when the gargoyles attack again.
Right. This time their magician, Denor, he poisons the waters, weakens Merlin's protections.
And the effect.
All the magical creatures, they fall into this deep sleep. They're helpless.
Oh, no. But she,
Being mortal, she's unaffected by the magical poison.
So suddenly, the non-magical one is the only hope.
Exactly. It's a great twist. This little dog, she's scared, but she bravely tries to wake Merlin.
And how does she manage that?
Well, it's kind of accidental. She knocks over a potion.
Oh.
And it creates this pure white smoke, which luckily counteracts the gargoyle poison.
Wow. Talk about being in the right place at the right time. Or maybe something more. Like her good intentions playing a part.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? If that purity of intention had some subtle effect. Regardless, it works.
Merlin wakes up, and the queen, the guards,
Yep. They wake up, rally, and banish the gargoyles. All thanks to Kima.
she must be hailed as a hero.
Absolutely. Celebrated for loyalty, bravery, ingenuity, really.
And the queen gives her a gift
A magical crystal collar. It's symbolic, shows she's truly accepted.
and recognizes her own kind of magic.
Her love for Uriel, yeah, that's her magic.
So the good things about book 2, acceptance is a big one.
Definitely. An inner goodness mattering more than power.
Shima's bravery, too. The little guy making a huge difference.
And that relationship between Uriel and Shima is just really heartwarming.
It really is. Okay, moving on. Book 3, The Trials of Eanna.
Right, now we focus on the next generation, Queen Inanna's daughters.
We meet Eanna, Athea, and Isel, daughters of the heavens, sea, and storms. Cool titles.
Very cool. And this book centers on Eanna. She's 15, undergoing her first trial, a Daughter of the Light trial.
Sounds important. What's the task?
Merlin sets it. She has to go to the snow mountains, find a crystal pyramid, and get 3 magical coins.
Why the coins?
They're needed for a Lightwalker's mission, someone going to the earthly realms. So it's not just a personal test for Eanna.
High stakes, then. Does she go alone?
No, she gets to choose companions. She picks Andromeda
Good choice. Healing and strength.
and her shape-shifting friend Goliath, plus her protective cloak. Smart choices.
So, the journey. Smooth sailing.
Hardly. They go through a dangerous zone between realms, and wouldn't you know it, a gargoyle attacks.
Oh no, does someone get hurt?
Both Andromeda and Eanna are injured.
Which presents Eanna with a dilemma, I imagine.
A big one. Does she go back to heal Andromeda, possibly failing the time trial, or push on alone?
What does she do?
She decides to go back. She remembers her mother's advice. Remember who you are, a spreader of light. Compassion first.
That feels like the right choice, character-wise.
And it seems it was. Merlin appears and heals Andromeda like a reward for her choice.
Okay, so crisis averted.
Yep.
She continues with Goliath.
Yes, but the snow mountains have their own challenges. Goliath falls into a crevice, injured again.
Seriously, more challenges.
And again, Eanna puts her companion first.
Hmm.
Helps Goliath, uses a healing potion Merlin gave her, selfless.
Does she get help getting out?
Yes, a snow angel appears, helps them escape the crevice. Nice touch of unexpected aid.
Finally, she reaches the peak, gets the coins.
She does. The 3 golden coins, pentacles. But she's late returning. Feels like she's failed.
But has she? I sense a twist.
You sense correctly. The queen and counselors reveal the truth, her choices along the way.
Protecting her friends.
Exactly. Her courage, her loyalty, her faith. That's what actually filled the pentacles with power. That's the real gift for the Lightwalker.
Wow. So the journey, the how, was more important than just getting the items on time.
Precisely. It's a fantastic message. Values over just ticking boxes.
So, key takeaways from book 3.
Selflessness, definitely. The importance of how you achieve something.
Friendship, courage, again.
And Eanna's growth is central. Learning what true success means, it's about her actions, her intentions.
Wonderful themes. Okay, so we've covered the first 3. For listeners captivated by Greyland, there's good news, right?
There is. We got a sneak peek at Book 4, The Magical Realm, Book 4, Starchild.
Starchild. Sounds intriguing. Who's it about?
It focuses on Athea, Queen Inanna's other daughter, the daughter of the sea.
And she's a Starchild. What does that mean in this world?
Well, star children live on the Isle of Dreams. Their job is amazing. They help earthly children with their dreams and their fears.
Comforting them in their sleep. That's lovely.
Isn't it? And apparently only 12 are born every 100 years. Athea is one. Plus, she has her mermaid magic, too.
Double dose of magic. So what happens in book 4?
Well, Athea is getting ready to leave for the Isle of Dreams with the other new star children to start their work, taking over from the previous group.
Sounds like a whole new area of the world to explore. New characters, new magic.
Exactly. Looks like a really exciting continuation, exploring that connection to our world through dreams.
Definitely something to look forward to. Okay, let's wrap this up.
Sure.
So we've journeyed through the first 3 Magical Realm books. We saw rescues, unexpected heroes, coming-of-age trials.
Lots of great themes woven through. Loyalty, friendship, definitely courage, acceptance in Book 2, selflessness in Book 3.
Yeah, they really do offer a nice escape, don't they? Into a world that feels, well, magical, but also quite heartwarming.
Very much so. Good reminders about kindness, compassion, the choices we make mattering. True strength not always being about power.
Well said. And that kind of leaves us with a final thought for you, the listener.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about all this, What single quality do you think holds the most real magic,
Mm.
in our own world? Something to ponder.
Good question.
Thanks so much for joining us on this deep dive into the magical realm.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
We'll look forward to our next exploration together.